Hello everybody, this is Solar Tiger with another video. Today is Sunday the 10th of December 2017 and we are having the first snows of the Christmas season, and outside you can see it's snowing pretty good. It's been snowing since the early hours of the morning and it's now just gone 10 o'clock in the morning. So you can see it's been snowing pretty good outside. The snow on the top of my shed is about, I don't know, maybe 3 inches thick, so it's been snowing pretty good. Now, a short time ago the power went down. We were watching TV and the grid went down, so now we got no power in the house. And on the top of my aquariums here I've got the two Philips lanterns still charging, but in my bedroom I have no power. This is one tropical fish tank and this is another tropical fish tank, and tropical fish need filtering equipment and water heaters, and we have no grid power, so to keep these running they're plugged into this power strip, which is normally plugged into an outlet on the wall down there. But since we got no grid power, I now have the power strip plugged into my solar power system. So that outlet there is powered by my 350 watt pure sine wave inverter. That is on my solar power system. So you can see now at the moment the weather is pretty cold. It's snowing outside, so my heaters in the fish tanks run a lot of the time to keep the water warm, and at the moment you can see on my battery monitor that my battery bank's at 12.4 volts and I'm pulling 15 amps from the batteries. So that's 15 amps going into the inverter. So in here there's a filter unit, a air pump and a 25 watt heater. In this tank there's a 100 watt heater and two filter units. Now to save energy, or to save power, I have unplugged the aquarium lights in this tank and this tank because the lights are not necessary, but what I need to keep running is the filters and the aquarium water heaters. So they're now plugged into my solar power system. So inside the battery box there are three 100 amp hour deep cycle batteries. They are sealed AGM batteries that are safe for indoor use. I have a 350 watt pure sine wave inverter. My charge controller is a 30 amp MPPT solar charge controller. It's a EV-EVER 3215BN, I believe. The 30 amp model. Outside, underneath the snow, on the top of my shed, there are three 100 watt solar panels. But because of the snow, we are pulling in. See what we're pulling in. We are pulling in zero power. I do have a wind turbine, the Rutland 913, but it's not very windy, and we're pulling in massive 2 volts, so that's not doing anything. So we have no grid power, but I'm running on my solar power system, which is acting as a solar generator, so that's good for this sort of thing. Now because the weather has been bad recently, before it started snowing it was raining and it was dark and dull, and the weathermen had been saying that this was coming, I had the battery charger plugged in. I had it plugged in all of last night and this morning, So I was topping off the batteries in case this happened, so better be prepared. So we're running on the solar power system to run both my aquariums, but I also have a rechargeable light, so I can have light in the house. There's this unit here which is charged by a 20-watt solar panel that's in the window, so I can take this around, and I have another unit in the living room with a 100 amp hour battery, no, with a 55 amp hour battery. So I have backup lights for this kind of a situation. Now we have no electricity, but we have a gas hob, so we can boil water and cook food. Obviously we have a gas water heater, but it doesn't work without any electricity, so we don't have any hot water, so that's one thing. But this is the first snows of the 2017 Christmas season, and it's set to snow all day. That's what the weathermen have said, and the sky is as white as a ghost, so we will see how long this goes for. So we are with having a power outage, and we are, well, my bedroom's running on the solar power system. So I have 300 amp hours of batteries, which means they have a usable capacity of 150 amp hours, and if I am drawing 15 amps most of the time now, I could keep this going for about 10 hours. So hopefully the grid will come back within 10 hours. That's with this 15 amps is with both the heaters on. The heaters are thermostatic, so that means they only run part of the time. So when the heaters click off, the current consumption drops to about 5 or 6 amps. So hopefully we can go for a good few hours on this. So I have lots of batteries around to put in my torch lights, etc. And I have batteries for heated clothing items as well. These are all charged up, more of them down here. So these are all things that are good for this sort of thing, this cold weather. And I have battery powered items. I also have a 100 amp hour battery in the shed, so if I have the need I can pull that battery from the shed and use it as well. So now this is Solar Tiger saying thank you for watching on a very snowy bedroom project here in central England. So it does snow here in central England, although not as frequent as in the north of England and in Scotland. They've had it fairly bad. They've had it for a lot longer than us. But this is Solar Tiger saying thank you for watching, and until next time, goodbye. Thank you. Oh, by the way, I still have internet since my router is a 12-volt model, and that's also being run from my 12-volt solar power system. So although we don't have any grid power, I still have the internet. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.